many other people are hopefully doing that too. Let's hope.
Yeah, I unfortunately don't do that, and
It's
I'm
entertaining, but you have to like take it with a grain of
yeah,
salt.
and I do get somewhat disappointed when a lot of people on my YouTube videos disagree with me on my opinions. That like they complained that when I made a video that Mario Del Monaco was the best tenor of all time, in my opinion. There's so many people going like, no, no, Pavarotti is the best. Or like Jussie B,
Yeah.
his last name starts with a B. Don't know how to pronounce it.
Hmm.
Like,
But
don't.
yeah, everyone's going to have an opinion, and that is something that everyone is very much enjoying voicing their opinion no matter what. So
Yeah, but like,
that's,
this is
one of the
uh,
downsides of social media for sure.
yeah, and it was somewhat disappointing that some people were a bit passive aggressive about it. But I mean, I didn't let get too much into me. It's like I didn't get that much offended, but yeah, it sucked a little bit, honestly.
Hmm. Yeah. So everyone just be nice. That's what I say.
Yeah. And so so what is the so dang, I ran out of most of the questions already, even after like 15 minutes.
We're efficient.
Yeah, but anyways, how do you feel about some singers out there singing woofy? Like without much squeal and
Oh, okay. I've never heard woofy before. I'm like, I've heard a lot of singing adjectives, but I was like, oh, that's a new one. I love it.
oh yeah.
Oh,
It's like the
goodness.
complete opposite of nasal, and in my personal opinion, you should sing neither of them. Like woofy is just another name for like throaty.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I mean, in general, I can't speak for anyone else's vocal technique but my own and what feels good for myself.
Yeah.
But I'm just hoping everyone out there is singing as healthily as possible. My mantra is longevity. I want to be able to sing and perform for as long as I humanly physically can. So I'm that's what I'm hoping is, and especially in the opera world where most things are still unamplified, that yeah, we do need a certain amount of squillo to be able to be heard and get all of the diction and all of the presentation that comes with it. But yeah, I can't speak for anyone else's vocal technique since that's their own journey, but that's my hope and goal is I want to be able to sing for as long as humanly possible, and I do sing multiple styles as well, so we gotta keep everything in check and make sure that we the voice and the technique is healthy. And then at the same time, since and I'm a voice teacher as well, I always tell my students, like other musicians, whenever they finish their rehearsal or their own practice, self practice, most musicians are able to take their instrument, put it in their case, and leave it in their room. And as singers, most of the we can't do that. And same with dancers too. Our body is our instrument. So I also have to be taking care of myself, make sure I'm eating right, make sure I'm exercising and doing all of that as well. So that is part of the longevity process. So that's what I'm hoping other artists are considering that want to be doing this for as long as we humanly can.
Yeah, so another question. Do you personally sing in the mask?
Oh, sing in the. I know. I know. When you said sing in the mask, I was like, which one was first of all what I was thinking. So hopefully in this post-pandemic world, I did to answer both of those questions. I did in rehearsal process and for certain things did have to sing in that type of mask, which is so difficult. I did not enjoy it, and neither did my face, having to clean up all of the maskne with it. But singing in the mask, this mask up here, vocally it depends on what I'm singing, but there are certain like musical theater, oh yeah, I'm hanging out in the mask for certain types
Oh
of
yeah, me
repertoire,
from
but it
oh
depends on
yeah.
the repertoire.
Yeah, my voice isn't developed yet, of course, because I'm 19, but I will tell you this, everybody says sing in the mask, but like in my own experience and also in my vocal coach's experience, like who's in which my vocal coach around my university is also an operatic baritone, and he's like very good. Like when he sang his high notes up to like a high G, it was
Ooh.
like the squealo was amazing. Okay.
Mhm.
And he told me that anyways, I mean he told me that symphonic vibrations are the reason why some people out there singing the mask on accident, but like it's not like the main source of the sound, which
Mhm.
the idea that like squealo is caused by vibrations in the face is like it's absurd to me because it's like
It's
if
like
that,
when did this become science?
yeah, it's like because like if that was true, then like why when your mouth is closed does most of your sound get muted? Like mm,
Hmm.
uh
I
like
know, it's
example.
interesting. Yeah. I mean, you can access the mask in a way like with all the humming that way as well too.
Yeah, when your mouth
But
is closed
yeah.
like a consonant, it's like
Hmm.
every vocal coach and I agree that like when it's a consonant, it's like a lot of the times when it's okay to sing in the mask.
I
Like
know it depends on the voice. It depends on the phrase too. Like, do you
yeah,
have a
yeah,
big leap in the aria or in the song that you're singing? Like, it very much depends on what what you're singing and how and when and how you're singing it in the phrase. But yeah, I definitely I use the mask. I use it more in musical theater since that is more of the style. But I definitely have used parts of my mask occasionally in opera. It just depends on what I'm singing.
yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And some people out there, it's like this one bass singer said that like his low notes are feel like they vibrate out of his eyes, and I'm like I'm
Basses scare me. I love them to death.
yeah.
I love basses, but the fact that they just wake up and they're like, "Yes, here we are," I'm like, "Yeah, that terrifies." They terrify me at the same time. They're amazing.
Oh yeah, I had an you were the first female singer I have on my channel. I interviewed one contemporary tenor and several uh and two partially contemporary but also somewhat classically trained basses and one operatic bass. And
Mhm.
all three of the basses I interviewed, they were low ones, okay? They were basso profondos. It's like
Oh,
and
I know they're incredible. They're incredible.
it
So
almost
I
feels like
honestly cannot imagine being in their body at all.
oh yeah, and I actually went into classical music wanting to be one of them, but
I
unfortunately,
understand. I understand.
but unfortunately, though I didn't become a tenor, didn't become a bass either. I became a baritone.
No, no, there's still time. There's still time. So you never know
Yeah,
that later in life you might become a different voice part, and that happens with
mm,
whatever walk of
yeah,
life, gender in opera. It happens. Like your voice does change over time. So
oh
hey,
yeah,
your dream still might come true. You might become a bass one day.
yeah. I hope there's a small part of me that hopes so, but I'm mostly focusing on the middle and upper parts of my range now.
Mhm.
Also, somewhat the lower, depending on which mood I'm in. But
I
yeah.
get that.
And actually, I actually interviewed four of them. Actually, sorry, I didn't. Yeah, and and they were all and when they spoke, they sounded like an earthquake. And one of them that I interviewed had a passaggio at F sharp three below middle C, like primo passaggio, of course, but like the second low passaggio,
Hmm.
that it was a B, a semitone below middle C. That was his
That's
passaggio.
that's crazy.
I know, right?
I know basses will forever be like the eighth wonder of the world to me, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. Anyways, so you say that you can relate to me in that I wanted to be a bass myself, but it didn't work out. It's like what was your experience with accepting your own voice type?
Oh, fun. I mean, back in high school, I was a soprano. So in choir, I was hanging out in the soprano section and I enjoyed it. And then it was right after high school where I switched voice teachers officially right before going. I did take a gap year in between high school and college, and that's when I really embraced more of the opera side. And that's when I officially made the branding, the whole switch into mezzo soprano officially. And I enjoyed it, honestly. I love the characters that mezzo sopranos get to play, and I mean, I am jealous of some of the lovely soprano roles too.
Mm.
But I really, really enjoy the variety that mezzos get. I mean, we get pants roles. We get, I don't know if you've heard the silly term that mezzos are usually one of three characters. Have you heard of this before?
Oh yeah, one of them's the B word.
Yes. So, and unfortunately, those are usually the ones I play. But, but yes, the variety that mezzos get. I mean, you get to be an entirely different gender, which is a complete
Mm.
trip and an acting exercise alone, which is so much fun. And but I love the variety, and I really kind of quickly, I think, accepted, hey, let's hang out with the mezzo sopranos. I like these characters because of the variety. It's so you never know what you're going to wake up and be singing one day. So I was looking at Hansel one morning, and then later that day I was looking at Carmen, and I'm like, yeah, these two characters can be completely different, completely different humans.
Oh, let me tell you, Carmen is kind of a romantic fantasy, somewhat for me. I'll admit that. So,
Is a dream role for you?
oh yeah, I love the romance in the story between Don Jose and the drama between Don Jose and Carmen. It's like
Mm,
I always thought that was fun to me.
yeah.
It's
I know they're both interesting characters for sure, and it
uh,
makes sense why their relationship didn't work out.
yeah, in which I didn't watch the entire thing, but I did watch uh a shortened version of it, like a summary video by an opera expert, and she said that at the end, unfortunately, Don Jose ended up killing Carmen.
Spoiler alert.
Yep,
Yep.
yep.
I know.
In
I both musical theater and opera. I have died on stage many different ways. So,
yeah,
and Carmen being one, yes.
yeah. Um, so I'm gonna have you react really quick to an operatic mezzo from Russia, and
Oh, okay.
the link is going to be in the comments. I mean, like in the chat section of this Zoom call.
Hmm. I see it. Here we go. Okay. So I'm pulling her up. Here we go. Oh, of course we have an ad. Love that. Gotta love that. We're gonna skip through this. Don't need fiber.
Yep.
Thank you for the lesson on fiber. And I'm gonna say this is actually, I think, one of my favorite parts of Carmen is this scene. So
I actually kind of like it too. It's very catchy.
oh, it's super catchy. I say this is like the rave of opera, honestly.
Yeah, yeah.
We do, unfortunately. This is one of the longest introductions too.
You can skip to the singing if you want.
Flamenco. Here, I'll skip like like I think I can skip about 20 seconds.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. I think I know. It should be fortissimo section. Yeah, here we go. Okay.